It's been about a year since Pop2 was released, and since I made a video about Charli, and that is my largest video to date, I felt like I needed to do a 1 year retrospective or a check-in on Pop2, how it sounds. Brief overview of the record. It was kind of a surprise drop at the time. It was the second mixtape. Yes, the second mixtape Charli released in 2017. Number One Angel and Pop2. So far, she's toured with most, if not all, of the songs, which is amazing. Unfortunately, not all of the songs made the cut to the Reputation tour. Only Unlock It really made the cut. And that kind of makes sense from the perspective of thinking of her as an avant pop artist. The title itself kind of indicates what it is. It is the second version of pop, the second coming of pop, a new iteration as imagined by Charli XCX along with her collaborators. But enough about that. I think I just want to put my thoughts down on each song. Backseat, featuring Carly Rae Jepsen, is the opening track, and it was everything we didn't expect it to be, but it was also everything we sort of needed. We thought we were going to get this banger that was like something akin to Cut to the Feeling or most of Charli's discography, but we ended up getting this kind of slow, jammy song that's contemplative and kind of emo and just art, particularly during the breakdown. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit disappointed. I really wanted something that was a banger, not a crying in the club song, but it is what it is, and the song has become one of my favorites for both of the artists. Out of My Head was one of the first drops we were ever allowed to actually hear without it leaking. It features Tovlo and Alma, two people that Charli has collaborated with in the past in some way or form. This is sort of a track that allows her collaborators to shine in a way that is different from, say, Number One Angel's tracks, in that Charli's presence on this track is relatively minimal. It is a banger, it gets stuck in your head, and it's relatively great, but it's not my personal favorite. The next track is Lucky, and it's a ballad. It's something that you wouldn't expect from modern Charli. It has tinges of true romance, but also her own modern sensibilities. It's not my personal favorite track. I enjoy it for what it is, and I rarely skip it. Like, I really don't skip any of the tracks, but it's not a standout for me. Tears, featuring Caroline Polachek. I hope I pronounced that right. I love this song only because I've seen so many other people seethe on it or hate on it because it's very extra and it really overdoses on auto-tune. This is one of the tracks that I think sounds the most futuristic in that it sounds like something that came out of 3017 rather than 2017. The little screeches that she does, I've seen so many people put hate takes on it, but I just love it a lot. The next track is a fan favorite. It is I Got It featuring Brooke Candy, Cupcake, and Pablo Vittar, and it is a banger. It is one of my favorite tracks, and I've seen it memed so much. I just really like the energy that each of the collaborators bring. Cupcake is she's such an artist. I'm like in a loss of words. I was introduced to her through Lip Gloss, and I ended up loving her entire discography. Brooke Candy's verse is iconic just because of all the memes that I've seen made by Eljohn and Hunty Chan, though they've rebranded. And the Pablo Vittar section, I don't know, like, it's one of those things that you have to be in the mood for, but I usually enjoy it. Which brings me to my next track, Fembot, featuring Dorian Electra and Mickey Blanco. Yeah, this one's really one of the tracks that hit me on first listen. It was on repeat every single day, and I just enjoy the energy that emanates from it. I've seen a bunch of other demos leaked for it because this is an AG track, and it really feels like an AG track, though Charli's voice amplifies it to the next level in terms of energy. Delicious featuring Tommy Cash is actually one of my favorite tracks from this entire record, solely for the little brief interlude where Boom Clap plays as a ringtone, and then she goes into one of the most insane bridges ever. Like, the energy on that last chorus is something that very few artists can deliver, and she brought it on a mixtape, not even an album, not even like an actual single. And the next track, everybody knows it, everybody loves it, as far as I know. If you don't love it, you should probably get new ears. It's Unlock It featuring Kim Petras and Jay Park. I've seen so much hate for Jay Park's verse. I personally kind of have grown to love it. At first, I wasn't vibing with it because it's so distaff from the energy that Kim Petras brings to the track. Though initially, I didn't even realize that Kim Petras was on the track because she and Charli almost sounded the same at certain points. No shade. I just really love Unlock It for its very lush and energetic background, like the instrumental itself tells a story, and it gives this feeling of ecstasy that the lyrics do sell, but it's just such a well-made song in that there's a synergy between the instrumental and the tracks that is a hallmark trait of Kim Petras' music, but Charli's as well. But Kim Petras has this handle of making the instrumentals hers, and the fact that she was able to turn this production into a showcase for her vocals and for her energy, both in live performances and this record, I think it's a hallmark of a star, and Charli does that effortlessly too. Second to last is Porsche featuring Moo. I love this track. At first I skipped it so many times because it didn't vibe with me, like the opening little chords and the energy of the track. It seems so counterintuitive, especially when you compare it to their previous collaboration, Pull Up, the 3 a.m. song. I love that track, so going to a more mellow track from that was kind of jarring for me, but they do pull it off, and their performance together at Coachella was really cute, so I stan, I guess. The last track is track 10, and this is one that so many people have already given takes on, but I really can't put into words how much I love this track. I love the story behind it, I love the lyrics, I love the instrumental, I love the glitchy effects of it. This song is one of her best songs, mainly because I am an addict for the original demo. If you haven't heard the original demo, it's Blame It On Your Love. We don't know if that song is going to make it onto XCX3. Another demo is leaked somewhere. Someone has it and has hoarded it with Stefflon Don on it. I just love that song, and I love the lyrics, and I love the fact that Charli gets to be emotionally vulnerable in a way that is not too extra, the way she was on Tears and other tracks on this record. I think there's something ethereal about the juxtaposition between how inhuman her vocals sound thanks to the mixing, but how real the emotions are about missing someone and just knowing that you messed it up and there's no coming back from that. I just love that track a lot. I can't put it into words. I would kill to see her perform it live. I don't think she will. I mean, if you were at any of her Pop2 after party shows, I'm pretty sure she's done it. It's just an experience, beginning to finish. And I think that kind of wraps up how I feel about the record. 1 year later, it is one of the best records I've heard from the entire decade. No exaggeration. I genuinely think that this is one of the best albums of 2017 and possibly, the 2010s. And it kind of makes me scared for how her next record is going to sound like. She's probably not going to be able to sound this unleashed or this genuine in terms of her art form, though it'll probably sound more commercial. But I'm hoping that she's able to take elements from this work and elements from Number One Angel and make XCX3 something amazing. I think it's coming out next year. The wait is going to be over, and I can't wait to talk about that when it eventually comes out. If you've stayed this long, thank you so much for listening to me ramble about pop. I'm so thankful for the 1,000 of you that decided to click the subscribe button. I never thought that would happen, and it's just amazing. So if you like this and you're new, subscribe, I guess, and thank you.